Hello and welcome back to another Doctor Who related video. In today's Doctor Who related video I'll be talking about the figures. Yes, one of my loves of Doctor Who merchandise collecting, probably my favourite. Because it's that time again where we have the announcement from B&M that we're going to get some new Doctor Who figures. How very exciting. Obviously at the start of the year we had the release of the revised Big Finish Dalek sets and the Third Doctor, Monster Peladon and TARDIS. But this time we have the main event, the summer release of figures, because we've had 6 new figure sets announced, which is very exciting. Now these sets are supposedly going to be launching in June. These are going to be launched parallel with the US as well. They're going to be released in U.N.I.T and I think Amazon US as well, so you know, people over the pond can get hold of a set. So this is quite exciting because obviously the more people buy the sets, the more likely we are to have some more new sort of stuff. And obviously this year we've got quite a few new characters, what we have not seen in figure form. So the way this video is going to work is I'm going to talk about each set and then I'm going to break down each figure individually, talking about the components they've used to make this new figure, and that's basically the video. So yeah, without further ado, let's begin. So the first set I'm going to talk about is the Second Doctor and TARDIS as from the War Games. Now this is a bit of an unexpected one. I didn't really expect a Second Doctor and TARDIS, but it's a welcome addition. It is a welcome addition. Any TARDIS is a welcome addition in the collection. Because I was expecting a sort of 5th Doctor TARDIS, a sort of an 80s box, but like the Androzani TARDIS, but without the mud really. I was expecting that. But no, we've got a Second Doctor and TARDIS, which is very cool because we've got a new Troughton variant, which is very exciting, which I'll talk about in the figure breakdown section. And we have the TARDIS, which is really nice. I really do like the look of that because we've got the new edition of the lamp with a new lamp sculpt, and the signage being different on each side. As you can see, the front panel being sort of the white text, sort of the white background, and then the other side sort of being the TARDIS text, what we all sort of know with the black background colour. So that is very cool. I like the look of the TARDIS. I like the sort of shade of blue of it, and the Second Doctor does look rather cool. So let's do the quick breakdown. So doing a quick breakdown on the Second Doctor and TARDIS. So the Second Doctor figure seems to be using the same sort of paint apps as the original Tomb of the Cyberman released back in 2009 with Forbidden Planet. We've got the addition of the white shirt and a bit more of a vibrant red hanky, which is rather cool. And on the trousers we can see there is a rip on the corner there, which is very accurate to the episode, because in the episode Troughton did have a ripped trouser on his knee, which is a really nice attention to detail by character. Now this figure does seem to remind me when character were going to launch a sort of 5-inch or time zone sort of playset area, because there was going to be like an invasion sort of playset featuring the Second Doctor and a Cyberman and sort of a diorama, but obviously they never come into fruition. So it does remind me of that figure. If you look at the image there, you can see that it does look very similar to what we get with the War Games Second Doctor. So the TARDIS is basically the 4th Doctor TARDIS that we've all grown to know and love over the years, with this obviously being the first one from the Planet of Evil, but it uses the signage from, you know, the robot 4th Doctor one with the white background, and then obviously uses the sort of standard black background with the new lamp. As you can see, the lamp is different compared to the new sculpt there. So yeah, that's a really nice attention to detail and makes for a rather nice variant. So the next figure set I'm going to talk about is probably one of the highlights this year for me, because obviously being a massive Third Doctor fan, I'm always going to say yes to more Third Doctor era characters, and this year we've been really treated as we have a U.N.I.T family set in a way, because this is a set based on the Claws of Axos featuring the Brigadier, Mike Yates and good old Sergeant Benton. Oh, what a time to be alive this is, to have a Sergeant Benton and Mike Yates figure. A thing what I probably thought we would never see. But we're slowly completing the U.N.I.T family now. We just need Liz Shaw, and we'll practically be there really with the U.N.I.T family. So this set is based from the Claws of Axos, if I haven't said already. You know, so this is definitely a real highlight for me, because obviously they're 2 beloved characters from the classic series, and you know, it's nice that the Brigadier can have a bit of an army now. So this is a really nice set, and I really do like the look of it. The head sculpt for Sergeant Benton looks incredible. It definitely does look like John Levine and, you know, Richard Franklin for Mike Yates. I think that's a really good likeness. I feel like that would probably look. I feel like that figure will probably look a lot better in hand. But from the prototype images, you know, the Sergeant Benton figure is definitely a standout from that set, and the likeness is just incredible. So moving on to the 1970s Claws of Axos set. So here we have the original Claws of Axos Brigadier figure. Now the Brigadier figure has had sort of updated paint apps on the sort of face and on the beret, and the gloves are now brown, and the trousers are now a darker khaki green colour. So that makes like a nice little variant if you did have the original Claws of Axos Brigadier. Now moving on to Captain Yates and Sergeant Benton. Now the body for this is the Three Doctors Brigadier, but it's had slightly retooling. On the torso to create the sort of Claws of Axos look, and obviously using the beret from the Claws of Axos Brigadier. So that's all you can really say on the Sergeant Benton figure and Captain Yates, because it basically uses the Three Doctors Brigadier figure as a base. So the next figure pack I'm going to talk about is the Companions of the Fourth Doctor. My goodness, this figure set has really taken everyone by surprise. Now Romana 1 leaked a couple of months ago. There was a leaked image of it, and obviously these sets did sort of leak on eBay on Friday, but there was a lot of speculation of these real. But obviously these were the sets what were revealed on eBay, and now we have, you know, proper promo images, and this set is definitely, I think that's probably my favourite of the bunch, because obviously the wide variety of characters, and their characters what we've all been clamouring for since the classic line has started. So we have Sarah Jane based from appearance in Revenge of the Cybermen. We have Romana 1, Mary Tam, from her appearance in the Pirate Planet, and we have Romana 2, Lalla Ward, in her Destiny of the Daleks gear. Now the head sculpts look incredible. The leaked image of Romana 1, you know, I feel like the prototype image doesn't really do the Romana 1 figure justice, and the image is what character options were released, but from the leaked image you can definitely tell that it's Mary Tam, so I feel like that figure is definitely going to be a lot better in person. But if we go back to Sarah Jane, based from Revenge of the Cybermen, I feel like this is kind of a logical figure and a logical variant for them to do Sarah Jane, because obviously, you know, it uses the Martha Jones combat gear, you know, and I feel like it's a great little addition, because I feel like she wore that in Genesis of the Daleks as well, that costume actually, and it'd be quite nice because up there I have a little Revenge of a Cyberman display, and I've got like the Sarah Jane Adventures Sarah Jane figure, so it'd be quite nice to put the proper Sarah Jane there. The head sculpt for Sarah Jane, you can definitely tell that it's Elizabeth Slade, and character options have done a marvellous job with that. Romana 1 I'm very happy with. I'm very happy to have Romana 1 because, you know, I do love Mary Tam. I feel like she's a really wonderful Romana, you know, and obviously based from the Pirate Planet. And Romana 2 based from Destiny of the Daleks. Now this is a really nice figure. I feel like this is a good choice of costume for Romana 2, because obviously Destiny of the Daleks is probably, I would probably say, her most iconic look. I feel like when I think of Romana 2, I do think of the Destiny of the Daleks look, so I think character options did a wise move by doing that costume. And the head sculpt looks pretty good. I feel like it will definitely look really good in person. I feel like it will look even better in person. I feel like the prototype images look stunning, but I think in hand these figures are just going to be mind-blowing. I mean, these sets are already mind-blowing, but I'm really excited to have more companions of the Fourth Doctor, because we've got Harry, you know, we've got Leela and K9, and it'd be great to add 3 more companions to that. It'd be great to add 3 more companions. You know, it's in terms of like the Sarah Jane figure, we kind of expected sort of a Revenge of a Cyberman set. You know, with having, you know, 2 Cybermen and Sarah Jane, that would have been great. You know, Cyber Leader, Cyberman, and Sarah Jane, that would have been a wonderful set as well. You know, I think they could have possibly, with the Companions of the Fourth Doctor, probably done like a standard Harry figure. You know, swap Sarah Jane out, put a standard Harry figure in there, and then do a Revenge of a Cyberman set. But still, I am happy regardless with this Companions of the Fourth Doctor set. So moving on to the Companions of the Fourth Doctor. So this uses 3 figures. So the Sarah Jane figure uses the Martha Jones Series 3 combat gear look. As you can see, it's just been painted in the sort of military khaki gear. And obviously Romana 1 is basically the Claudia Brown primeval figure. We'll see this figure again when we look at Yaz. But that is the base figure to create Romana, obviously with the new head sculpt and all that kind of stuff added to it, and obviously painted in the Pirate Planet colour scheme. So the Romana 2 figure uses a Sarah Jane Adventures figure, uses the Sarah Jane features in the Warriors of a Kulak set, and that's basically repainted to look like her appearance in Destiny of the Dark. So moving on to the last figure pack, and that is the Friends and Foe of the 13th Doctor, featuring Yasmin Khan and Ryan Sinclair and a Jadoon Trooper. So yeah, this set we've known about for a while because we knew that Yaz and Ryan would be featuring in a B&M set. So I believe that Yaz is based from her appearance in the Arachnids in the UK, I think. And then Ryan is based from It Takes You Away, and obviously the Jadoon is from, I guess, Fugitive for the June, really. So yeah, the likenesses for Mandip Gill, brilliant, definitely does look like Mandip Gill, which is wonderful. The Ryan figure, he looks decent. He does look decent, looks like a decent figure. He'll probably be a little bit better in hand, I feel. But other than that, it looks rather good. The Jadoon is probably the standard Jadoon. What, you know, the Jadoon is a Jadoon. We know what to expect with a Jadoon figure, but we've got the addition of the new gun, which is a really nice touch. And I think I said in my Jadoon Captain review that it'd be quite nice to see that released in a B&M set. Moving to Friends and Foe of the 13th Doctor, so Yasmin Khan again is using the Claudia Brown sculpt there, the same sort of body sculpt, the same as Romana 1. The Ryan figure uses the Series 1 Nick Cutter figure there, as you can see. And the Jadoon is just your standard Jadoon, what we've all known over the past year, but with the addition of the new gun, so that'd be great to a little army build. So moving on to the final sets, and I believe that these are called the History of the Daleks. I think that's what they're called. I'll have to check the email what character option was sent. So we have 2 Dead Planet Daleks. So it looks like character options are doing sort of the Dalek history chronologically. Now these sort of took us by surprise, because obviously I think Al Jawar said a couple of years ago that classic Daleks are a bit sort of you know, classic Daleks probably won't happen because of the amount of parts what happens to sculpt them, because I feel like there are more components to make a classic Dalek than a new series Dalek. So we have got 2 Dead Planet Daleks, or from the Daleks, and these are, I feel like this is going to sell the most out of the 2 Dalek sets, because obviously they're 2 sort of drone Daleks, so people can army build them. But there is a slight sort of tweak variant of them, because these Daleks have a slight sort of metallic paint finish to them. But if you look closely, one of the Daleks has a small sort of iris, a small pupil, because obviously, you know, the Dalek sort of lenses do sort of go smaller and bigger in that episode. So moving on to the Daleks now. So the Daleks seem to be in sort of the metallic colour scheme as the sound effects Dalek, and obviously we have the addition of the smaller pupil, which is very accurate, because in the episode, you know, we do see the Dalek's eyes sort of change throughout it, so it makes a nice little change, and it'd be great to army build those as well. So yeah, really nice. Now the final set is the Dalek Invasion of Earth set, featuring the standard drone Dalek and the Saucer Commander. Now this set I feel is going to be incredibly popular. I feel like this set is going to be very popular for one figure in particular, and that is the Saucer Commander Dalek. It was first released back in 2009 with the first Doctor figure. And this has got slightly updated paint apps in the form of like the eyes being corrected, and sort of has that sort of metallic finish like the Dead Planet Dalek does, especially on the silver bands. So if you picked up the original Saucer Command Dalek, then this is still a variant to get, because obviously it has the smaller pupil, so I guess that makes it a bit of a variant. So, you know, if you do have the original one, that still maintains its value. So moving on to the Dalek Invasion of Earth set, featuring the Saucer Commander and Drone Dalek. So again, I feel like this one has a slight tweak. It has a sort of a metallic finish. I believe that they've painted the dish silver. I think it's a bit hard to tell from the images, so that makes it a slight variant. But the Saucer Commander Dalek has now got the correct eye stalk, because the Saucer Pilot Dalek from the Dalek Collector set 2 has the sort of black strip on the eye, as you can see. So all they've done really is, if I can just take the eye stalk out and take that one out like so, and plop that in, and they've basically painted the whole eye, the eye stalk black now to make it a bit more accurate, but they've now given it the smaller pupil. So that concludes my thoughts on the B&M set for 2020. I feel like there's some very interesting figures. I feel like this is probably one of my favourite years because the amount of new characters we're getting. You know, I feel like there's quite a bit of variety in there, especially, you know, we've got 4th Doctor companions you know, classic Daleks, what people have been wanting for years, and we finally got them, so that'll keep a lot of people happy. We've got the new second Doctor TARDIS, you know, the new TARDIS sculpt, lamp sculpt. It's going to be marvellous. I'm really excited to get that because I love getting TARDISes, they're just brilliant. And the second Doctor variant's a really nice little addition. And getting a classic Sarah Jane that finally is amazing, and getting 2 Romanas for the price of 1, marvellous, absolutely marvellous. So yeah, I feel like this is a really good way of set. Obviously the Friends, you know, it's great to complete the 13th Doctor's companion lineup so far, and it's great to have another Jadoon, and to have, you know, Captain Yates and Sergeant Benton is just marvellous. I'm so excited to get those figures, you know, to put up there with my 3rd Doctor clan. It's going to be marvellous, and I'm really excited about picking these sets up, and, you know, more Daleks, brilliant. So yeah, I feel like this is a really good, strong wave of figures, and they're going to sell incredibly well. And obviously the more we buy, the more character options can do and give us some new things, because I guess of how popular the sets were last year because of the wide variety of stuff, we got some exciting things this year. So I feel like the more we buy, the more that gives character to do for the next line of B&M figures. So yeah, this is very exciting, and I cannot wait to pick up these sets and review them all for you. So thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you next time. So thank you very much, and goodbye.